Hi, welcome back. My name is Ashton and I am the owner and maker behind Crochet by Ashton, and today I'm going to tell you exactly how I quit my full-time corporate America job to run my small business. This is my personal experience and it is by no means a financial or legal advice. It's just how I went about doing it. So I was watching a lot of small business YouTube videos and I stumbled upon a lot of financial videos as well. So I was watching a lot of Dave Ramsey, and while I think he is very out of touch with how to be a parent in this day and age and how expensive things are as a parent, he does have a lot of really good advice. So the first thing that he advises is, and the first thing that I did was to build a $1,000 emergency fund, and that is basically a fund that you do not touch for any reason other than a dire emergency. There I went through and started a budget and took a look at my finances and see what things I could cut and what things I couldn't cut. And there is a lot of different apps that will help you create a budget. Dave Ramsey has one, and there's another one called Rocket Money that will go through your bank statements and see if there's any subscriptions that you're paying for that they can lower the fee for, or that you don't need anymore. So that's a really good one to start your budget. But it's important for you to start the budget and have at least a rough estimate of how much money you need every single month in order to go without a paycheck. So building a budget is really important. The next thing that I did was I started to pay off some debt. And there are lots of different ways that you can do it. There is the snowball method where you pay off like a small bill and then you roll that payment into the next payment of paying off another small bill, and etc. Then there's the avalanche method where you pay it off. I believe you start with the highest interest rate and go from there. But I found that the other method of the snowball method of doing it from the lowest balance up was easier. You could also do a combination of the two methods to pay off your debt. You could start with the smaller amount first and pay off anything that's less than $1,000 or anything that's less than a certain amount and pay off those debts, but keep track of how much money you are paying for your minimum balances, and then turn to the avalanche method where you are starting with the total that is the highest APR rate, and pay off from that way. And then that way you have a consistent good amount to pay on those cards or on that debt. I should also mention that you shouldn't be using these cards or racking up any additional debt while doing this method, because it would defeat the purpose. You also need to think about the expenses that your job used to cover. Things like health insurance and 401ks and taxes that were automatically withheld from your check. Those are also expenses that you do need to think about, because you can't go without health insurance, and a 401k is very important for your future. And taxes are a thing, and there are a lot of taxes for small business owners, and there's self-employed taxes, there's a lot. So you do want to start thinking about that and setting aside money for those kind of things as well. So I did all of these things while I was running my small business. So I would do shows on the weekends and I would work my full-time job during the weekday. And I saved money from both my 9-to-5 job and from the business. This was my personal experience, and this is how I decided to leave my full-time job. But you need to do what is best for yourself and your personal finances. This is in no way legal or financial advice. It's just my personal experience and how I did everything. Okay, so the most important things are to start an emergency fund, to pay off as much debt as possible, to build a 3 to 6 month cushion for whatever you might need it for, to know your bare minimum number and to not confuse your sales with your income, and to plan for inconsistent income, because running a small business, there are a lot of ups and downs. You might have really good months and you might have really slow months. For me, the summer months are a good month, usually anywhere from May to October, and then it picks up again. October is a slow month for me, and it picks up again. November, December is a good month, and then the beginning of the year, January through April, are very slow months for me. So it is important that you know that, and that you're okay with all of the ups and downs, because there are a lot of ups and downs. Your money is extremely inconsistent. So as long as you know those things and you know why you're doing it, and you feel like you're financially ready to leave your job, what I always used to tell myself is, what's the worst that could happen? I would just have to go back to a 9-to-5. And while that sounds awful for someone who has been running their own business for 7 years, it is important that you know that that is always an option. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're failing. So once those things are done, then it's time to start thinking about how to run your business legally and what the next steps are. And that is something that I will go through with you in the next video. So thank you so much for stopping by, and thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you next time.